Helping in the research. I would like to ask you a question. Can I have your attention, please, people at the back? All right. So, how many of you? The question is, how many of you know someone in your life that has type 2 diabetes? Please raise your hands. It can be you, someone in your family, or someone in your circle that you know has type 2 diabetes. Sugar. All right, lots of them. Keep your hands up if that person is in your family. Can I have like proper hands? All right. And what if I tell you that it is possible to get off metformin, get off insulin, and get free from type 2 diabetes? Would you believe me or not?
Yes.
If you say yes,
Yes.
put your hands up. And if you say no, it's okay. Because that's not true. So, after helping more than 200 patients with type 2 diabetes reverse it and achieve diabetes remission, I can confidently say that type 2 diabetes is no longer a lifetime sentence but a reversible reality.
Wow.
There have been more than 24 books that have been written on the reversal of type 2 diabetes, and yet, in the public, the mainstream, the medical infrastructure, they tell you that type 2 diabetes cannot be reversed. And you have to take metformin or insulin to control your sugar levels for the rest of your life. So, here I would like to thank all the personalities from all around the world, and it's a pleasure to see all of you with so many distinguished achievements. So I would like to introduce you with my research. The theme is metabolic health improvements through a whole food plant diet leading to the remission of type 2 diabetes. Now there are three concepts, and I'll briefly explain you what these three principles are. So remission of type 2 diabetes is the outcome that we are desiring. So what is remission? According to the American Diabetes Association, if you have a non-diabetic glucose level without medication, it's called that you have achieved diabetes remission. So for example, say you or your family member was taking metformin for like past 15 years, and they did some kind of intervention, and that made them achieve diabetes remission. That means they no longer had to take the medication to get normal glucose levels. And now what is that intervention that we are going to discuss in this research? That is a whole food plant-based diet. Whole food plant-based diet. There are several ways to reverse type 2 diabetes, as shown by various doctors like Dr. Jason Fung from Toronto, the city where I come from. There are other doctors who have worked on low carb diet. There are doctors who have worked on the keto diet, but the diet that I am referring to is based on the China study, which is the largest human nutritional study. And in this study, it has been shown that a whole food plant-based diet compared to any other diet in a randomized controlled trial is the fastest, safest, and the most effective way to bring normoglycemia, which is normal blood glucose levels. And how does that happen? What's the biological pathways? So the key thing is metabolic health improvements. It's not just about eating low carbohydrates. Like I'll give you an analogy. Just think about it. If someday, God forbid, your toilet gets blocked. If you have toilet in your house, it gets blocked, and then you ask someone like, what should I do now? And they would say, stop doing toilet. Is that the solution to the problem?
No.
No. When you go to the doctor and you say, I have type 2 diabetes, the doctor says, eat less carbohydrates. But is that the solution? The solution is, eat the same amount of carbohydrate, but do something which makes you achieve normal sugar even with the same amount of carbohydrate. That is the real solution. So a whole food plant-based diet helps you in reversing the chronic inflammation. It helps you reduce oxidative stress. It helps you improve your mitochondrial function. It also helps you in restoring insulin sensitivity. How many of have you heard of insulin resistance? Insulin resistance. So that is the hormonal imbalance which leads to type 2 diabetes. But if you improve your diet and your living conditions and your lifestyle, your metabolic health can improve, which will improve your insulin sensitivity. And once insulin sensitivity is restored, you can eat a high carbohydrate diet and still have normal blood glucose. So this is what I've shown in this research papers in the case series in which my patients, some of them had HbA1c levels. Those who have diabetes would know what is HbA1c. HbA1c level of 13%, 12%, and they achieved an HbA1c of 5.5% within a year, less than 10 months or 12 months on a whole food plant-based diet. And that has to be very, very strict diet. So when we say whole food, what does that mean? We cannot eat fragmented food or ultra-processed food. The most of the breads you eat in the market are ultra-processed. Most of the biscuits, cookies you eat in the market are ultra-processed. And similarly, there are lots of Indians here, chole bhature, rajma chawal. When they are cooked in high amounts of oil, that fat blocks the insulin sensitivity, and rice is not the culprit. There's an island in Japan, Okinawa, and they have people living 110 years, 120 years, and they consume 90% of their calories from rice and potatoes, and they have literally no diabetes there. It's one of the blue zones, the people who live the longest on the earth. So the medical fraternity now says carbohydrates is the problem, rice is the problem. The thing is, the chemicals and the toxicity caused by ultra-processed foods that's blocking your bloodstream and reducing your insulin sensitivity is the real problem. So once we follow a whole food plant-based diet, it can lead to diabetes remission through metabolic health improvements. So this was the thesis of my research, and I thank all the guests and Dr. Rizal for helping me achieve this milestone. And I have a hope for the future that we will be able to make the world diabetes free again. So let's make our efforts to get free from diabetes. And I'm sure you will be happy to know that. And if you want to know more about this, you can contact me. I am here, and I'll try my best to guide you through the process. And also on my social media, you can find me. So that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you.